Hello students, very most welcome to all of you. Students, today we shall discuss our next important concept about of thermal expansion. It is lecture number 2 on the topic thermal expansion. So students, today we shall discuss the important relation and important concept, all important concept about of this topic, and we will complete this topic. So students, as you know, as we have discussed in previous classes, the thermal expansion, if we will supply a heat energy to any matter or to any material, then dimensionally shape, or we can say length or area of this object of this material changed. So we have discussed yesterday the topic thermal expansion. Thermal expansion. Students, we have discussed this topic, and we have discussed also thermal expansion has been categorized into three parts. We can see it has been also we can say divided into three parts. First is as we have discussed linear expansion. Second is first is linear expansion. Second is area expansion. And we have discussed last, which is volume expansion. We have discussed all these types of thermal expansion. Students, if length of any material in case of 1D increases, then it is known as linear expansion by supplying heat energy. And if area of any object of any surface area is increased after supplying energy or heat energy, we can say here at this topic, in this topic, then we have told you this is known as area expansion. And if volume in case of, it was in case of 2D and it was in case of 3D, then volume also expands. If volume of any object expands, then it is known as volume expansion. So students, if we shall study from your NCERT book table number 11.1, then we can see very easily alpha L. What is alpha L? Students, as we have discussed, if we shall revise this mathematical expression about of this linear expansion, then we have told you change in length of any object is directly proportional to change in temperature. So also we have written del L upon L is equal to alpha L del T. Here alpha L is a coefficient of linear expansion. Alpha L was coefficient of linear expansion. So we can see from table number 11.1 from your NCERT book, alpha L is large. Alpha L is large. What is alpha L? Alpha L is coefficient of linear expansion. If value of alpha L is large, then we can say the linear expansion, because alpha L is coefficient of linear expansion, then linear expansion in any object or in any rod, here we have chosen in this case, then area expansion will be very large, because value of alpha L is large. It is large in which case it is large? In case of metal. If we shall choose this is rod of metal, then the expansion in this metal rod will be more, and the watt quantity, or we can say it is more compared to the what quantity, or we can say glass, rubber, many substance, many material we can choose. But here you can see alpha L is large for metal compared to the glass, compared to glass. In case of glass, you will see this expansion will be very small compared to this rod, because this rod is metal. This rod has been chosen or has been taken from metal, and this rod has been taken from glass. Also, after study the table number 11.1, you can see the alpha L is large for metal and alpha L is very less. Value of this alpha L is very less compared to the is less of glass compared to the metal. So here we have shown the little expansion or small expansion in case of glass. In the similar way, after studying table number 11.2 from your NCERT book, table number 11.2, you can see alpha V. Alpha V, what is alpha V? Alpha V is a coefficient of volume expansion, Value of alpha V we can see from table number 11.2. Value of alpha V is more for alcohol, and alpha V, value of alpha V, it is less for mercury. If we shall compare the here formula of mercury is Hg. If we shall compare the value of alpha V in case of alcohol and mercury, then we can see from table number 11.2, value of alpha V is more for alcohol than mercury. So we can say very easily volume of alcohol expands or increases more, compared to Hg, as reason, what is reason we have told you. Reason is alpha V. In case of alcohol, alpha V is large, and in case of mercury, alpha V is small. You can prove, you can study from your NCERT book, table number 11.2. So students, here we have told you the metal have greater expansion compared to glass, and for the same increment in temperature. If we have changed temperature del T in both cases, then we have seen metal have large expansion and glass have less expansion, very less expansion compared to the metal. So also in case of volume expansion we have seen from your we have discussed from your table 11.2. You can see also alpha V is more for alcohol, so its volume rises more compared to the Hg, or we can say mercury. In case of mercury, alpha V is small. So students, now we shall discuss here and we shall see here the next important concept in this thermal expansion topic, the characteristic of water. Characteristics of water. In case of water, Dear students, in case of water, we can see the very anomalous effect. Anomalous effect, here we want to say what is meaning of anomalous effect. Anomalous effect means here we want to say its characteristic is not very easy compared to all these characteristics as we have discussed in case of length. So why we are saying the anomalous exhibits the anomalous behavior. So students, anomalous means, as we have told you, its characteristic is not simple or its behavior is not simple. So why it is not simple? What it means? It means here we want to say that it contracts, water contracts on heating between 0 degrees Celsius to 4 degrees Celsius. 0 degrees Celsius to 4 degrees Celsius, water contracts, or we can say volume of water decreases. Volume of water decreases. Very interesting concept. This is very interesting concept about of water. Why it is interesting, we shall discuss. Here we want to say between 0 to 0 degree Celsius to 4 degree Celsius, volume of water decreases. Hence, if volume of water decreases, then very easily we can say density increases between this temperature 0 degree Celsius to 4 degree Celsius. Density increases. Here we want to revise this concept. Here we have told you between 0 degree Celsius to 4 degree Celsius, volume of water decreases, and hence we can say very easily density increases. If volume decreases, density increases between this temperature. If we shall see this behavior of water on the graph paper, then you can see also this graph with temperature, with rise in temperature. Here we have chosen temperature in degrees Celsius, and in this line we have discussed volume of water, and also if we shall write the value of temperature, here 5, here 10, and so on, again towards to 100 degree Celsius. So we have seen this behavior of water, you can see as in this shape. From here easily you can see at 0, here it will be 0, and here approximately it will be 4 degrees Celsius. You can see 0 to 4, its volume decreases. Its volume has been decreased between this temperature 0 to 4 degrees Celsius, and after this it rises up. After this means here we want to say that after 4 degrees Celsius or beyond this temperature in degrees Celsius, beyond this temperature we can see very easily from this graph, from these characteristics, volume of water has been raised or has been increased in linear order. Also here limit of this expansion has been shown, and it has been shown in your NCERT book also, 1.0434. So here from these characteristics we can say due to this behavior, due to this complex behavior of water, we have we have said anomalous behavior. Anomalous behavior. Why we have said it anomalous behavior? Because its behavior is not easy. Its behavior is something complex, some other compared to the some other materials. In case of length also we have discussed. So students, if we shall draw the graph about of density, then density will be inverse of this graph, because when volume increases then density decreases. So if we shall draw the curve between density, if we shall choose here it is density on this line, and temperature on this line, in temperature in degrees Celsius, here we have chosen temperature in degrees Celsius, then volume of this water, as you can see from this curve, from this graph, from this characteristic, such as here this graph is opposite to this graph. It have shown in your NCERT book figure number 11.7a, and in B you can see also from figure number 11.7a from the NCERT book, A and B. Here firstly between 0 to 4, here we can say at 4 its density will be maximum, because at 4 its volume has been minimum. Here we have seen at 4 its volume very less. So at approximately at 4 its density will be very greater. Here you can see this is the top point of density, so we can say this is the maximum point of density, and this will be at the 4 degrees Celsius. Why? Because at 4 degrees Celsius the volume of water has been lowered. In this graph you can see very less, it is very less. So we have discussed, we have seen we have said also anomalous behavior. This is known as anomalous behavior, because between 0 to 4 degrees Celsius its volume firstly decreases. Between 0 to 4 its volume decreases, then increases. It is not always decreases. Firstly between 0 to 4 degrees Celsius its volume decreases and then rises linearly, then increases. So due to this effect, we can see this effect in the environment. If we shall take example lakes and ponds. Lakes and ponds, you can see at the surface. In example, lakes and ponds. In lakes and ponds, you can see this anomalous effect of behavior very easily. How we can say this is example, this is anomalous behavior shows on lakes and ponds. How we can say? Because on the surface of lakes and ponds, water freezes first. Water freezes at the top first, and then bottom. Here we want to say the water in lakes and ponds freezes firstly at the top, or we can say in another words, water freezes from the top to bottom, from the top to bottom. How we can say, or why we are saying water freezes from top to bottom always? We can see very easily. Here if we consider some amount of water at the surface of these lakes or ponds, if we shall discuss here, if we shall discuss how anomalous behavior is following, how anomalous behavior of water follows liquid in lakes, or we can say water in lakes and ponds. How we can say? Here we can say very easily, because if we consider some amount of water at this point, some amount of water at this point, if we have considered, then some temperature, some temperature of this liquid will low, some temperature of this liquid which are present at the top surface of these lakes or ponds, then it will freeze. It will freeze firstly because some work will do in environment, or some temperature of this amount of water, some temperature of this amount of water will be smaller. Why it will be smaller? Because it will do some work in this environment, or in other words we can say some temperature from this water will go in the surrounding environment. So we can say temperature of this amount of liquid will go towards to 4 degree Celsius. If some temperature will decreases of this amount of water which is at the top surface of this lakes or ponds, then some temperature will decrease of this amount of water, and if temperature of this amount of water decreases, then it will go towards to 4 degree Celsius. If it will go towards to 4 degree Celsius, then its volume decreases, and if its volume decreases, then density increases. If its volume increases, then density volume decreases, then its density increases. If its if this amount of liquid, density of this amount of liquid increases, then it will go downward. You can say very easily, if density of liquid increases, then this amount of liquid will go inward. So this amount of liquid will go inward, and from the bottom, from the some amount of water from the bottom will go to the top surface, and this becomes this liquid which are present at this top surface, this is less dense. If this is less dense, then so if it is less dense, so it is at the top surface because it is less dense. And why it is less dense? Because its temperature has been reached near to the 4 degree Celsius. So students, this phenomena again and again repeated and repeated many times, and when it reaches below the temperature 4 degrees Celsius, if its temperature decreases, or below the 4 degrees Celsius its volume decreases and density increases, and if density increases then it will go inward, and from the bottom some amount of liquid from the bottom will go upward. This phenomena repeated many times, and finally this amount of liquid have the temperature 4 degrees Celsius, and here this amount of liquid, it becomes less dense and remains at the surface where it freezes. If water did not have this property, lakes and ponds would freeze from the bottom up, which would destroy much of their animal and plant life. So we can say very easily, from due to this behavior, water freezes at the top surface firstly, then we can say from top to bottom, water freezes always from top to bottom. So here this anomalous behavior of water we can see very easily. If we revise this concept, so we can say, as lake cools towards 4 degree Celsius, water near the surface loses energy to the atmosphere, becomes denser, and also we can say sinks. The warmer, less dense water near the bottom rises. However, once the colder water on the top reaches temperature below 4 degrees Celsius, it becomes less dense and remains at the surface, where it less dense and remains at the surface where it freezes. If water did not have this property, lakes and ponds would freeze from bottom to top, and which would destroy much of their animal and plant life. So now we shall discuss in case of gas. Here we have seen this anomalous behavior of water. Now we shall discuss about of gas. About of gas, here we can say we have discussed PV is equal to mu RT. PV is equal to mu RT. It is known as ideal gas equation. In case of gases, it is some different. How the behavior of gases changes due to change in temperature, here we want to see. PV is equal to mu RT, we have discussed. At constant pressure we can see del V, P into del V is equal to mu R del T. At constant pressure, at constant P, we can see it. And also we have discussed the change in volume from Charles' law. Also we have discussed V is directly proportional to T. From this relation we can see del V upon V is equal to del T upon T. By the use of this relation, also we have discussed del V upon V is equal to alpha V del T. Alpha V del T. Del V upon V, if we will we shall placed the value of del V upon V in this equation. If it is equation number 1, it is equation number 2. From equation 1 and 2 we can see del T upon T is equal to alpha V del T. Del T will go cancel out, and from here we can find out alpha V is equal to 1 upon T. Alpha V is equal to 1 upon T. Here we can see volume in case of gases, in case of ideal gas. Volume expansion is inversely proportional to temperature. Very easily it means that at 0 degree Celsius at 0 degree Celsius, alpha V is equal to 3.7 into 10 power minus 3 Kelvin inverse. It is at 0 degree Celsius. So we can say which is much larger than that for solid and liquids. Here from this relation we can say when temperature rises, then alpha V decreases. And in other words also we can say alpha V. What is alpha V? Alpha V is volume expansion, coefficient of volume expansion. Coefficient of volume expansion decreases with increasing temperature. Here we have seen inverse relation between alpha V and T. So we can see alpha V or volume decreases with increase in temperature. So students, in this topic we have completed the anomalous behavior of water and in case of gases. In case of gases we have seen alpha V is inversely proportional to temperature. If we will rise the temperature, then alpha V decreases. If temperature increases, alpha V decreases. In case of gas, also students, we have discussed linear expansion del L upon L is equal to change in temperature del L and alpha L. Also we have discussed. It is equation number 1. From here we can say del L is equal to alpha L del T. So volume, here in case of volume we can write del V is equal to L plus del L, change in length or change in volume. It will be change in volume, and initial volume L cube. So it will be 3 L square del L. After solving it, you will get this term. After neglecting very small term means here we want to say del L square and del L cube, because del L is very small. So we have neglected all these terms and we have found del V is equal to 3L square del L. It is equation number 2. Also we have discussed del V upon V is equal to alpha V del T, and so by the use of this relation del V is equal to, here equation number 2 we can write del V is equal to 3L cube upon L into del L. Also we can write it 3L cube means V, 3V alpha L and del T, alpha L del T. Here how we can get 3L cube, L cube means V, 3V, del L upon L is equal to alpha L del T. So it is equation number 3. From this we can find out del V upon V is equal to alpha L del T, 3 alpha L del T. This is our final relation, and simply also we can write alpha V is equal to 3 alpha L after solving it. This is relation in alpha L and alpha V. So today we shall stop here and we shall continue in our next lecture series. Thank you very much.